Hey, Internet, Eric here. Rachel's over there.
Hi.
Depending on when you watch this video, it is Halloween season, and I've been going through horror movies a lot lately, and I said it's about time Rachel and I did a review together, so I gave her the wonderful task of picking our next film to review, as long as it had like a Halloween theme. And it couldn't be like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. It had, something that I'm slowly reviewing the series of. So, in her infinite wisdom, tonight we're going to talk about Hocus Pocus.
Yay!
And this is a Disney movie. Yep. Came out in 93. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers and specific scenes and all that jazz. The basic plot summary is it takes place in Salem, Massachusetts, and we're following this dork named Max. He just moved there from California.
Yeah.
Yes, because he's picked on by the bullies, and they call him Hollywood. And he learns of the history of the
Salem witch trials and this one set of sisters called the Sanderson sisters.
The Sanderson sisters, and it's played by Bette Midler plays Winifred. Kathy Najimy plays somebody, and Sarah Jessica Parker plays Sarah. Very creative. Yeah, it doesn't say who Kathy Najimy plays.
It'll come to us later.
She plays the fat one. Okay.
Mary.
Okay. That's right. Basically, what happened was back in the Salem witch trials era, they kidnapped a little girl, and eventually they were hung to death, and they put a curse on the town, or said that they would come back in 300 years when a virgin lights the black flame candle. So, said virgin is played by Max, the lead character, and he's there with his sister,
Thora Birch. Her name is Dani.
He's taking her out for trick-or-treating. He meets Vinessa Shaw, who is his love interest. I don't remember her name. Allison. See, that's why she's here, because she remembers this stuff. They eventually go to the Sanderson witch house, and Dumbass lights the candle because he doesn't believe any of that stuff. Again, who would? And they come back, and the rest of the film is basically them on the run from the Sanderson sisters while trying to figure out how to defeat them.
Correct.
Okay. Now, a lot of you people, like if you followed my channel, you know I like the blood and guts, I like, unnecessary violence, I like a lot of stupid stuff. You might not think that I would like Hocus Pocus. And this was, I think we watched it the other night. This was like the first time I watched it in maybe 2 or 3 years. I forgot how much fun I had watching this film.
It's just a good time.
It is. It's, first off, let's get the kids out of the way. Max, he's just a typical little wiener. Nothing special. I don't hate him. I don't like him. He was just a random Disney kid on the set, and they're like, hey, we're going to have you being chased by Bette Midler. Thora Birch is fine. She's not an annoying little kid. She's not a great actress at this point. And Vinessa Shaw, she's there to look cute, I guess.
Yeah.
Be the affection, for Max.
Yeah.
So the kids aren't anything special. The kids aren't anything horrible. Now we're going to get to the witches. First off, we have Bette Midler. So she plays Winifred.
She's like the head witch.
Think of it like the Three Stooges. She would be Mo. She's the boss. She's putting up with the dumbass antics of the other two. And she's fantastic in this. She's reveling in the fact that she's in a Disney movie playing a witch. She's got all these special powers, and she's having fun with it. I love when Max first brings them back to life, and she's zapping him with her lightning, and she's throwing them all around the room, and then she throws him down on the ground, and then she throws him up against the wall, and then she does like her little magic twist, turns him around, she just says hello, stuff like that. I love, let's see, we talked about Sarah Jessica Parker. The only time you'll ever find Sarah Jessica Parker sexy is when she plays this witch. Although she was cute in Footloose.
Yeah.
And she didn't have foot face yet.
She doesn't have a whole lot of speaking roles in this, but the ones it's more behind the scenes when you see her acting funny.
That's what makes her so great. She is the dumb blonde. Mm-hmm. She's the dumb whore, I guess, because she's always flirting with boys. There's a side story we'll get to about her with Winifred's lover. And like Rachel said, she's a dumb blonde, but it makes you wonder how much of her performance is ad-lib, because whenever Winifred and Mary are talking, Sarah Jessica Parker's in the background doing something.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh, well, I'm not in the scene, but I'm going to be talked about in the scene. I love how...
She's like trying to climb the fence.
There's a fence, they're trying to get in some place, and Kathy and Najimy and Bette Midler are talking to each other, and she's in the background just climbing the fence, not saying a word, trying to get in. I love the end scene where they had the two bullies like in the cages hanging from the ceiling, like Hansel and Gretel. Mm-hmm. And again, Bette Midler and Kathy and Najimy are talking, and she's in the background like poking one of them with a stick.
Yeah, poking them, and then she's spinning them around in a circle.
And again, it's like I said with Bette Midler, she's just having fun. You know, she's very goofy. I love the scene where Max escapes by turning on the sprinkler system. And he tells them it's like the water of the fiery rain.
Burning fire of death.
Yeah, the burning rain of death. And they're scared, and they're freaking out and hiding. And then Winifred puts out her hand, and she says, it's nothing but water.
Yeah.
And then Sarah Jessica Parker says, oh, it is water. And she sticks out her tongue, tries to catch it, and then gets punched in the gut.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
I like the part when they finally go outside, and they see, this black path, and they don't know, they think it's a black river. Mm-hmm. And they just shove Sarah Jessica Parker out there first, and she's screaming, of course, because she thinks she's going to drown.
Yeah. And then she finds out it's just cement.
Right, it's just a road.
And she starts, like, jumping on it and singing. It's great.
Right.
Kathy Najimy as Mary. She's probably the less entertaining of the three. Mm-hmm. She's just there to be the fat, dumb one.
She's not really dumb, I don't think.
She's not dumb like dumb blonde like Sarah Jessica Parker is, but she's not smart.
No.
She's not smart at all. She's basically the tracker because she's fat.
And she can smell the children.
She can smell the children because she's hungry. And she talks like this, like she had a stroke or something. I don't know if that was just something Kathy and Jimmy threw in there. It's kind of distracting for me.
Yeah.
But,
not just, but
she's also very funny. I mean, she's the fat one, but it's not a lot of fat jokes. You know, it's a lot of her playing off the other two. I mean, there is one fat joke, like when their brooms are stolen by kids and they got to find other brooms. The two main ones find brooms, and the fat one has to ride a vacuum cleaner.
No, the one has a mop.
One has a mop?
Yeah.
Either way, the fat one has to get a vacuum cleaner.
Because the brooms get stolen, yeah.
Yeah, but again, the three of them are having so much fun. They know what they're in. They're in a kids' movie. And I think you said Bette Midler did this for her kids. They're in a kids' movie, and they're just running with it. And I really get into a movie when you can see that the actors are having fun.
Right.
I really like it a lot. There is a side story where the three kids are being helped by a talking cat.
Whose name is
Thackeray Binks.
Thackeray.
Yeah, with a TH. You know, it's like, Sylvester the cat was saying Zachary. Thackeray Binks.
Thackeray Binks.
Thuffer and Thuckatash.
And his sister was
his sister was the one that was kidnapped in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And he was turned into a cat and forced to live forever. So he's there to get the kids away from the witches, and they also have Winifred's Magic Book, which really has a cool design. It looks kind of like the Necronomicon. It's built out of human flesh and has an eyeball that winks.
Yeah.
But Thackeray, the cat, I'm not going to say Thackeray. I'm not going to say Thackeray. The cat is there to help them defeat the witches. And he's okay. He's there to pick on Max because Max is the stupid guy who keeps fawning over the girl.
Right.
And he's the reason why all this happened. There's another character which I really like, which I mentioned. The lover of Winifred, his name is Billy. He had an affair with Sarah Jessica Parker because she's the tramp. Mm-hmm. And Winifred sewed his mouth shut and killed him. So now he's dead and buried. And then she brings him back to life to chase after the kids. In his makeup, it looks really cool. He kind of looks... Mm-hmm. He's got the typical zombie look, and his mouth is sewn shut. He's got this flat top, palm tree-like hairstyle, and he's played by Doug Jones. And Rachel has no idea who Doug Jones is, but I do because he was the fish character in...
A fish character?
He was like a fish-human character in the Hellboy movies. Oh. He was the Silver Surfer in the second Fantastic Four movie. He was a trained mime. So basically, if you need an actor under a shit ton of makeup, you get this guy. And his movements as like the dead zombie walking around was great. I loved when he finally cuts the strings, and we already said spoilers, he ends up helping the kids, Right. He can talk. When he goes off on Winifred, it's funny, he calls her like a wicked old bat or something like that. I love the way he performs.
And it kind of makes you think the whole time he's chasing them, he's not really trying to chase them. He's trying to help them, but he can't talk.
Yes, so, that's what I thought about last time. Like, because when Winifred wakes him up, he looks at her and he just goes, and then, of course, Sarah Jessica Parker, she looks at him, she's like, hi, Billy. She's fun. And she's also very, Sarah Jessica Parker, there's some times when she's creepy. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to talk about that because I didn't really notice until the last time we watched this how dark this movie can be.
Yeah.
For a Disney movie, this starts out, they kidnapped a little girl and they literally suck out her soul in front of the audience, and you see her dead body in the chair and then they hide it when the townspeople find them.
Right, they throw a sheet or something over. Yeah.
So they suck the life out of a young girl. She's probably 6.
Probably about that.
You do see them get hung in the Salem witch trials. You see like their legs kicking and stuff like that, swinging. So that's dark as hell. Zombies coming up.
Right.
The witches are chasing the kids, and there's a scene where Winifred almost sucks the soul out of Max. And then there's a scene where the cat, I'm not going to say his name again. Thackeray. Where he gets run over. And you think he's dead, because we still have like a half hour left of the movie. But then he starts talking because he can live forever. So you see this flattened cat, and suddenly the cat's body like puffs up like a balloon.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so dark and kind of gross because you hear the crackling noise of like his ribs and his bones like getting put back together. So I really liked the darkness that is in a Disney movie.
And the spooky song that Sarah sings.
Yes, when she's flying on her broom and they're hypnotizing all the children, like right out of the Pied Piper. Mm-hmm. And she's just floating on her broom and she's hugging it and trying to be all sexy. And she's just singing this song, hush little children, something, something. But she's doing it mixed with the wind and the echo, and it sounds really creepy and spooky, and I love it. There's so many fun scenes.
Like when the marshals are in it?
Yes. It's Halloween. And, of course, I like the little nod back to how, Halloween was created when the dead could come back and the children had to hide under costumes so they wouldn't be taken away or whatever that story is. While the witches are walking around during Halloween, Mary says she smells children, but she can't find them because
they're all in costumes.
So they don't understand what Halloween is. And then they come across Gary Marshall, dressed as a devil, so of course they think he's their master.
Right.
They go in, and it's a wonderful 5-minute scene. Gary Marshall and his sister Penny Marshall are playing husband and wife.
And they think she's like Medusa.
Yeah, they think she's Medusa because she's in hair curlers, and they think it's snakes.
Yeah.
And it's Kathy and Najimy watching, commercials and being excited, and then of course Sarah Jessica Parker is flirting with Gary Marshall, which makes Penny Marshall mad.
Yeah.
And then of course I love when Bette Midler goes into the kitchen, she finds a meat tenderizer and she thinks it's like a torture chamber. Great fish out of water stories. I like that. I like when they go on to a city bus for the first time and they learn what it is. And then, of course, Sarah Jessica Parker's, of course, sitting on the lap of the bus
trying
driver.
To drive the bus,
trying to drive the bus, and all she's doing is honking the horn.
Right.
So, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's, like I said, it's dark at certain moments, which is cool for if you're a fan of horror films. You can watch this and still get that creepiness factor in it, even though it's little. It's subtle.
Right.
Fantastic, fun performances by all three of the women. You know, like I said, Kathy and Najimy, not so much.
She's alright.
But I think that's just because she's overshadowed by Bette Midler and fucking Sarah Jessica Footface. I can't say her name. But really, really well done. Any other scenes you can think of?
Just around the part where before they meet Master or Marshall, whatever his name is, Gary Marshall.
Gary Marshall.
They're trying to figure out. You already talked a little bit about this, but they're trying to figure out why they can't see any children, and everybody's dressed up, and then pretty soon a little girl dressed up as an angel comes up to them and says, "Bless you," and they all scream at her in horror.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. I forgot how much fun I had on this. And this is a definite, like, if you're watching horror movies, like, you can't go all month and just watch nothing but Halloween and Friday the 13th and Chucky and Wrong Turn and all those. You need a break from the slasher stuff or the ghost stuff like The Conjuring. Throw this in to cleanse your palate of horror films, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. You know, like I said, they're having fun making this film. I had a lot of fun watching it. And then, you know, the makeup effects on Billy and his performance.
Yeah.
And the kids aren't horrible.
No.
Yeah, overall, I highly recommend Hocus Pocus. I'm very happy Rachel suggested that we watch this. And this might be a yearly... We might go back to making this a yearly Halloween, like an October watch.
And we found out that the main kid, Max, was actually on Erie, Indiana.
Yeah, he was on Erie, Indiana. Vinessa Shaw, she was...
Hills Have Eyes.
She was in the Hills Have Eyes remake. She is the daughter that, spoilers, gets the gun to the head. And this I didn't notice until this actual watching. The screenplay was written by Mick Garris. And if you know horror, Mick Garris he directed a lot of Stephen King films. He did Sleepwalkers and the Stand miniseries and the Shining miniseries, and I think Riding the Bullet and so many other things. So there's lots of people from this that went on to stay in the horror genre.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and
tell your friends.
Tell the witches next door or whatever. Anyone with internet access about our stuff. I'm just going to say check out the playlist. I'm not going to say other things that I've done because I do that every video.
Give us suggestions on things to watch or things like if you just want to make Eric mad. And
yeah, because Rachel has decided that, you know, she mentioned we're going to do Annie because she wants me to suffer. She mentioned Grease. I think she said we're going to probably do Clueless.
Yeah. And 10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About That Idea. But I'm going to get her back with the original Power Rangers movie. The one I think it came out in 95. And I don't know what else. Oh, Troll 2. We're going to watch Troll 2 whenever we get, you know, enough balls to decide to watch Troll 2 and the Power Rangers movie. We'll probably watch her movies first. But, yeah, in the end, cheers. It's just water tonight. And I can't think of a quote from this movie. Oh!
Thackeray Binks.
Yes, Thackeray Binks. I forgot to say. I wanted to mention The Bullies. Real quickly, we're talking about The Bullies. This is 1993, so white kids like to be rappers and skaters. Max is being terrorized by a wannabe skater, I don't know his name, and a fat wannabe rapper named Ice, complete with the word ice shaved in the back of his head. That's not important. It's just kind of a cringe-worthy.
Yeah.
That's probably the only characters in this film I hate.
Yeah, I would agree.
But they're in it for like 5 minutes. So,
yeah.
In the end, cheers and Thackeray Binks.
Thackeray Binks.